Hey you guys, it's your girl T. So Super Bowl was crazy yesterday. I did watch the game. I did watch Katy Perry and Missy Elliott perform during halftime. I was with my homegirl at her boy's place and we had a really good time yesterday watching the game. And unfortunately the Seahawks did lose. But besides that, I think Warren Sapp is having the worst Super Bowl weekend ever. So what went down is that initially Warren Sapp and Rick Ross, they decided to bet $100K on the game. Warren Sapp knew that the Seahawks would take it home. Rick Ross bet on the Patriots. And Warren Sapp now has to pay Rick Ross $100,000. But if that's not crazy enough, if you guys remember 2 years ago, Warren Sapp was the same man who had to file bankruptcy. He was selling his sneaker collection just to make ends meet. And then he ended up on Dancing with the Stars and people really liked him. And then he ended up landing an NFL job for the NFL Network. So what went down is that basically him and some prostitutes got into it. He had invited some prostitutes up to his hotel room in downtown Phoenix. And he had paid one of them and the other one he didn't want to pay. They're saying that Warren Sapp beat their ass. They ended up calling the police. And now he's been arrested. And on top of that, it was just announced a few hours ago that he's also been fired from the NFL networks. So this whole situation is a hot damn mess. I'm going to go ahead and play you guys a news clip and I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary.
Perhaps one of the greatest Super Bowl games in NFL history played out in the Valley last night. It certainly put us on the map as the place to hold major sporting events.
And the game itself on Sunday may have helped the league take a giant step forward to get out of the shadows of Deflategate and domestic violence issues. But that Super Bowl honeymoon was brief because at 7 a.m. this morning, the league was dealing with this. Their own analyst, Warren Sapp, arrested here in Phoenix, accused of hiring a pair of prostitutes and then allegedly assaulting them. Here's new video of him in Phoenix Municipal Court. A few hours ago, he is not being arraigned in Superior Court because his crimes are considered misdemeanors. CBS 5's Greg Argos is tracking this developing story for us, and he joined us live tonight. Greg?
And seeing this is the hotel right here, the Renaissance in downtown Phoenix. It was bought out by the league for its own people, filled with its own security. And now tonight, because of this incident, the NFL is under the spotlight for all the wrong reasons.
Good afternoon, sir.
NFL Network commentator and former defensive tackle Warren Sapp is facing serious charges. This after an incident with two female escorts early Monday morning.
He was arrested for solicitation as well as assault.
Sapp was staying here at the Renaissance Hotel in downtown Phoenix. The hotel was used by the NFL Network to house their staff during Super Bowl 49, and Phoenix police say Sapp met the woman at the hotel bar late last night.
They met at that location.
Sapp brought them to his room, and investigators say the three argued over money after a sex act. A fight broke out, which spilled into the hallway. One of the women left the hotel. Another flagged down NFL security. They in turn contacted Phoenix police, already stationed in the building.
The victims involved had some minor injuries. I don't specifically know what those were.
Police say Sapp admitted to hiring the women for sex, but denied assaulting them. He was booked on 3 misdemeanor counts, 1 for soliciting prostitution, and 2 counts for assault. Stand by. And the NFL released this statement to CBS 5 News. Quote, Warren Sapp's contract has been terminated and he no longer works for the NFL Network. As for those 2 women involved, one was cited and released for prostitution. Police found the second at a Peoria hotel. She was cited for violations of the city's escort permit requirements. As for Sapp, a judge just released him from jail, granted release on his own recognizance. We're live here in downtown Phoenix. I'm Greg Argos, CBS 5 News.
Okay.
Alright, so you guys just watched the news clip, and like I said, this makes no sense whatsoever. So on top of him owing Rick Ross $100K, now he's lost his job. So who knows when he's going to be able to pay Rick Ross all that money, because now he doesn't really have any money coming in. But the thing is, it's just sad that so many guys are out here willing to risk their good names, their reputations, and their jobs for some damn prostitutes. First of all, you're Warren Sapp. Do you know how many girls would have just let you hit it for free just based on the fact that you're Warren Sapp and that you were famous? I don't understand why all these famous guys and athletes feel the need to go through prostitutes. And another thing is, he should have been smart. If you guys remember, they've really been cracking down during these huge Super Bowl events and NBA events because they know a lot of folks are traveling to these areas. A lot of prostitutes are going to these areas. There's a lot of child trafficking, people pimping out their kids. I did a story about a year ago about a woman who pimped out her daughter during Super Bowl, and she was only 15 years old, and she had her daughter travel from Florida to New York to go have sex with businessmen during the Super Bowl. So this is really, really real. So he should have known. And from what I'm hearing, they're making all types of announcements throughout Super Bowl weekend and throughout that week that they're going to be cracking down on prostitution. They're going to be cracking down on Johns. You know, so they've made a lot of announcements. So really, he just fell for the trap. He fell for the okie doke. Warren Sapp should have been a lot smarter than that, than to just bring in any old chick to his hotel room. You know, he's lucky that they didn't yell out rape. You know what I'm saying? Because some people are ratchet like that. And they may have known, because it's Warren Sapp, that they could get a quick payday from him, that they could sue him and everything else. This could have been a setup. I don't know when some guys will learn that it's not worth it to deal with a lot of these shady-ass prostitutes out here, because they always have ulterior motives. So anyways, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire crazy situation that's concerning Warren Sapp. What do you think about him owing Rick Ross $100,000? And then what do you think about him, you know, getting caught up with this whole prostitution situation and now being fired from the NFL networks? And then also, do you feel like prostitution should be illegal? Because I do feel like it's two consenting adults. What's the big deal? But then I understand that a lot of people are not really consenting, that they're being pimped out, that it's human trafficking. So that's where that slippery slope kind of lies. But a lot of folks are saying, you know, what's the big deal? Prostitution should be legal anyways. Why is he getting in trouble for this? This is stupid. But let's keep it real. If this was a regular guy, he would be in trouble just as well. So, you know, Warren Sapp, he messed up by not, you know, using better judgment and not soliciting prostitutes to his hotel room. So anyways, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. All right. Deuces.